Hello, recording this on December 5, 2020. This is a video on the King James Version English Bible Code and on the subject of the afterlife, life after death, the afterlife, reincarnation. Do the dead still live, and can they communicate with us, and so forth. The King James Version Bible Code is a version of the Bible Code which looks for words in the King James English Bible from the 1600s using what's called equidistant letter sequence searches. Software program searches for words in the King James text in the New Testament or Old Testament. And sometimes the words which are found are of interest. Here I'm looking for words related to the afterlife, life after death. And what you get is called a Bible code matrix, which is where you find the words you're searching for, the search words, and you also look at other words of interest in it, which can give meaning to it. Now, this first matrix was found in the New Testament. And it was used as search word dimension. In other words, it's looking for a possibility of words that indicate that the dead deceased might live in another dimension. Now, this matrix in the New Testament was found at Acts 17:31 to 2 Timothy 2:10. It contains search words and phrases dimension, and also you see it from the dead at Acts 17:31, Romans 8:11, and angels intruding at Colossians 2:18, and image of the heavenly at 1 Corinthians 15:49. So could it be a sign that perhaps that the dead live in another dimension? Now, there are a lot of books describing the afterlife as a result of psychic medium communications with the dead in the afterlife and near-death experiences. Electronic voice communication with the dead, etc. The afterlife is described as having 7 levels. And you see that in this painting I have done. In the 7 levels, you would initially arrive at level 2 or 3, and then you can advance in levels with training and experiences, or by reincarnation to new lives on earth. Note John 14:2, King James Bible. In my Father's house there are many mansions. May be referring to the 7 levels of or spheres of the afterlife. Your life experiences on earth are reviewed in a life review after return to the afterlife after death. People often have many past lives on earth and even on other planets. And lives on earth are planned ahead of time, including when you will die. In the time between lives, there is a soul group that you meet with for discussion and training. The 7 levels of the afterlife are said to be in an alternate dimension and are said to surround Earth and extend from Earth into space. I wonder, could these 7 levels of the afterlife in another dimension be an explanation of dark matter and dark energy in the world of physics? Dark matter is unexplained matter that holds galaxies together, and dark energy that causes expansion of the universe. But you see my painting here I've done showing these 7 levels, and how you got Christ at level 7, and other enlightened people you find on level 7, such as Gandhi or maybe Abraham Lincoln, would make it up to level 7. People who have done a lot of good on earth. So you see angels at the levels, and you see people rising up, rising down to reincarnate, and then you see earth. Level 2 is that desert area I show people on. Then this next matrix is at Nehemiah 1:4 to Isaiah 44:11. It's from an Old Testament search for afterlife. Included in it are Psalm 97:9, high above all the earth, and also in it are the ivory palaces, light upon all the hills. Could that be describing the afterlife? Then the next matrix resulted from a New Testament search for afterlife and souls. It is at Matthew 8:13 to Mark 3:31. In this matrix are secret from the foundation of the world, spirit, behold a white cloud, the kingdom of heaven, they shall see the Son of Man, temple and the altar, and great multitudes followed the disciples. Said unto his disciples, Your master, and no man knoweth, it is better for thee to enter into life. Face of the sky, to the door of the sepulchre, for doctrines, the commandments of men. So, an interesting matrix related to the idea of afterlife and souls. Should be people surviving into the afterlife. The souls are there in the 7 levels of the afterlife. Now, next I show a New Testament search matrix at Mark 15:39 to 2 Timothy 1:12. It was a New Testament search for eternity, souls, lives. In this matrix are, and gave up the ghost, diseases, to preach the kingdom of God, ascend in unto my Father and your Father, the host of heaven, church, death, the temple, sleep, revelation, walk in the Spirit, the mystery might be revealed, the Spirit, he rose up. So those are definitely related words. I think then we'll go on to another subject, another related subject, reincarnation. So we're looking for a matrix related to reincarnation. So I found this one at by doing a search for past life and reborn. I found this Old Testament matrix at 1 Kings 20:35 to Psalms 119:107, using search words past life and reborn. Words and phrases of interest in this matrix are the bottles of heaven, thick clouds of the skies, and then died and she went up. Children be multiplied. Names shall be continued as long as. Then another matrix related to reincarnation. I have here, it's Old Testament, is at 1 Chronicles 6:49 to Hosea 3:3. Use search words past life and reborn. In this matrix is, after thee which shall be of thy sons, behold, thou hast made the heaven and the earth, walketh in darkness and hath no light, riseth not till the heavens be no more. Then continuing on to another subject, we will look at, there are psychics who can apparently communicate with the dead. Most famous of these was an Englishman who's now deceased, but his name was Leslie Flint. And on my website, you'll see I have you can see these matrices also on web pages on my website. Leslie Flint was an English psychic who had an amazing ability to have deceased people, spirits in the afterlife, speak through him. You can see he has videos on YouTube that you can listen to, and by many deceased people. One of my favorites is where Jeremiah, an English soldier in Oliver Cromwell's army, who died about 1640, speaks through him with great wisdom. On Leslie Flint, referred to leslieflint.com, the new Leslie Flint Trust videos on YouTube, they're quite amazing. Now, I tried doing a Bible code matrix on this on Leslie Flint. Like I said, he's probably the most amazing psychic in history as far as communicating with the dead. The dead actually speak through him, but not using his voice. They form sort of a voice box next to him, and the sound comes out of there. So you can actually hear the voices of the dead, and they sound like them. This matrix, in the Bible's New Testament, 1 Corinthians 15, talks about resurrection of the dead. 1 Corinthians 15:21, for since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. Also John 14:1-3, in my Father's house are many mansions. Then we find in Revelation 13:11 to 21:17, using search words Leslie and Flint, I found this matrix with interesting words such as, and he spake, a dead man, come out of the mouth, people in heaven, Voice of a great multitude, out of his mouth, earth and the heaven are passed away. Then the next matrix was New Testament Acts 7:58 to Galatians 1:5, using search words Leslie and Flint. And of interest in this matrix are resurrection of the dead is revealed from heaven, and death, mouth, I speak with tongues. So you can see more on this you can see these matrices on my website and also on other subjects. Thank you.